Good morning to all students. Today we'll be continuing the lesson Unit 22 World of Microbes with the topic Microbes and Diseases. In this topic we'll be briefly discussing about what is a disease and how it is communicating from one person to another, and also how the individual is getting affected by a particular disease. Let me begin. So the first, they have given you a brief explanation of a word disease. They have splitted the word. Dis is considered as against, and is comfort, which is uncomfort. It can be defined as an impairment or malfunctioning of the state of a living organism that disturbs or modifies the performance of vital functions of the body. Okay, so literally when a person is affected by any kind of disease, their body's proper function will be getting affected. The person may face weakening of their body also. In such case, their organs are failed to function normally. The state is considered as disease. So it can be categorized based on the extent of occurrence. Okay, like how it is spreading. Either it may be an endemic, which is spreading within the village, an epidemic. So epidemic, it is a rapid spreading of a disease to a large number of people within a shorter time. Okay, then pandemic. COVID is a pandemic disease. Also a sporadic. It is a seasonal disease. Okay. Then whether infectious or non-infectious. So before knowing about the disease fully, we have to know either it is an epidemic or an endemic or pandemic or sporadic. This is the first thing. And we have to know whether the disease is infectious or non-infectious. So in the sense, infectious is noted as communicable disease and non-infectious is non-communicable disease. Then how it is spreading, at what type of pathogen is causing a particular disease. So whether the disease is caused by bacterial, viral, fungal or a protozoan infections. So protozoan, in sense, it is an amoeba or paramecium, unicellular organisms. Also the transmitting agent, how it is getting transmitted, through the airborne or waterborne or vector-borne. Okay, so let me tell you the classification of disease based on its occurrence. So as we have discussed earlier, epidemic, endemic, pandemic or sporadic, we'll see each of them in brief. The first thing is endemic. Okay, so disease which is found in a certain geographical area affecting a fewer number of people. Example, occurrence of goiter in sub-Himalayan regions. So as I said already, the endemic in the sense, the disease which is spreading within the village. It is not spreading to the other country or to the other state likewise. Okay, it is spreading within the village because of a particular region. They have given you a reason. They have given you an example, occurrence of goiter in sub-Himalayan region. So why the people in sub-Himalayan regions are affected by goiter? Because they don't have enough iodine in their soil. Then epidemic. So epidemic is a kind of disease which breaks out and affects large number of people in a particular geographical region and spreads at the same time. Example, influenza. So epidemic in the sense, the disease which is spreading very rapidly within a short time. Okay, so example is influenza, diseases like dengue, flus. Okay, then pandemic. So it is a disease which is widely distributed on a global scale. Example, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. So apart from communicable and non-communicable, people from any country may get affected by AIDS. Sporadic. So disease which occur occasionally. Example, malaria and cholera. Like people may get a particular disease in a rainy season. Also may get some diseases in sunny seasons. Okay, according to the seasonal, the disease may get changed. Then the next thing is manifestation of disease. So before getting into this topic, they have given you a do you know to remember some days like World Health Day, which is celebrated on 7th of April, and World Malaria Day, which is celebrated on 25th of April, and World AIDS Day, which is celebrated on December 1st, and World Anti-Tuberculosis Day, which is celebrated on 24th of March. Okay, kindly note this down. Then manifestation of diseases. So in this, below this topic, we'll see how the disease is getting communicated, also how the disease is entering into the human body and the place which is affecting. So then reservoir of infection, then incubation period, then infection. Let me tell you each of them separately. So first I'll be starting with the communicability of disease. So infectious disease or communicable disease. Okay, so in under this topic we'll see about communicable and non-communicable diseases. So infectious disease or communicable disease, they are caused by external factors like pathogenic organisms. Okay, so for example, you can take coronavirus. It is an infectious disease, also it is a communicable disease. Okay, it is caused by a virus. Okay, it is a pathogenic organism. It may be any kind of pathogens like bacteria, virus, vectors and parasites. Okay, so through the virus is invading the body and causing the diseases. Okay, so that is communicable disease, which is spreading from one person to another person, is called communicable disease. So example, influenza. Influenza is a flu, kind of flu. Then tuberculosis. So tuberculosis is also caused by some bacteria which is mainly affecting your lungs. Then chickenpox is a viral disease, and cholera, pneumonia, malaria, etc. Then non-infectious disease. So non-infectious or non-communicable disease, which is not going to spread one person to another person. So they are caused by internal factors like malfunctioning of organs. Okay, so they are not caused by any pathogens. Okay, so it is all about malfunctioning of organs, which is affecting your organs. Okay, affecting your organs from normal functions. So genetic causes. Okay, so genetic causes like diabetes, obesity, then hormonal imbalance. So if your body is lacking for a particular hormone, you may face a particular disease. For example, goiter, as I said already. Thyroid. Okay, sorry, thyroid. So thyroid is controlled by a hormone called thyroxine. If the body is lagging for thyroxine, people may face thyroid. And immune system defect, also very low immune power. Example, diabetes. Diabetes is coming under the hormonal imbalance, which is controlled by insulin. Then coronary heart disease and obesity is coming under the genetic causes. Then cancer and goiter, etc. Then point of entry and place of infection. So how the pathogens are getting enter from which organ and where it is affecting first. So the disease causing microbes enter the body through different means. So microorganisms are very tiny things and we cannot see it through naked eyes. So it can enter at any point of your body. An infection develops when these pathogens enter the human body through contaminated air, water. So how the infection is developed? When the pathogen is entering into the human body, it can enter in any ways like through the air, contaminated water, when you drink contaminated water, when you eat contaminated food, that is spoiled food, then soils, through physical contact and sexual contact, and through infected animals. Okay, so they may be organ specific or tissue specific within your body where microbes resides. So it is all about where your microbes is getting resided. Okay, the disease will be starting from there. Either it may be an organ specific. If a pathogen is residing in your organ, it is an organ specific disease, or we may face some skin allergies. Okay, so if a microorganism is affecting your skin, it will be starting with a skin allergy. Okay, that is called a tissue specific diseases. If an microorganism is entered into the human body and it is affecting, for example, tuberculosis, it is affected by a bacteria. If a bacteria is entered into the human body and if it is affecting your lungs, it is an organ specific disease. Then reservoir of infection. Reservoir of pathogens, infections in the sense where the infections are stored. Exactly, it is stored within the pathogens. So reservoir of infection refers to the specific environment in which the pathogens can thrive well and multiply without causing disease. Okay, where the pathogens can grow well in water, soil, and also in animal populations. Okay, then incubation period. So what is incubation period? It is about the first appearance of the disease is called incubation period. The interval between your infection and the first appearance of the disease. So it is like it may vary from several hours to several days. Okay. The first appearance of your disease is called incubation period. Then infection. So infection is the entry or development or multiplication of an infectious agent into the human body or animals is called infection. Then harmful effects of microbes. So pathogen can cause disease in two ways. Okay, they are tissue damage and toxin secretions. So tissue damage. Many pathogens destroy the tissues or organs of the body, causing morphological and functional damage. Okay, so morphological in the sense the pathogens are invading into the human body and it will affect a particular organ, also its function. Okay, for example, bacterium of pulmonary tuberculosis damages the cells of the lungs. Okay, so as I told you already, tuberculosis is caused by a kind of bacteria. When the tuberculosis bacteria enters into the human body, it will affect the damage. It will damage the cells of the lungs and may cause tuberculosis. Also, the virus causing hepatitis, which is destroying the liver tissues. Then toxin secretions. So many pathogens secrete most poisonous substances, and that is called toxins, which cause tissue damage leading to disease. Thank you.